Биотропика. Спорт, здоровье, долголетие.
Today in my studio, a very interesting guest from Austria. Shamita ran from Vienna to St. Petersburg for how much days?
21 days and 6 hours.
And how much kilometers?
I think it's almost 2,000 kilometers. 1,960.
Normal guys can't imagine, but 2,000 kilometers by car, it's so long way also. And Shamita share interesting advices about running, about lifestyle, about how we can be more happy. She is a student of Sri Chinmoy and run 25 years. You are from Austria.
Yes, I'm from Austria.
You live and run and training and work in Austria now.
Yes, in Vienna.
In Vienna.
Yes.
Yeah, I have been in Vienna. It's so beautiful
Oh, it's a
city.
beautiful city. Yeah, but St. Petersburg was also very beautiful.
Can you explain me why you like running?
Actually, I started running 33 years ago when I started with meditation, because running is a kind of meditation, and you get into your own inner world, and it's kind of prayer of the body, prayer. You connect yourself when you run with another world, and there you feel there's enormous energy. There's much more possible than you think.
Can you explain me? Because for often people, usually it means that if you have run, if you have exercises, you spend energy. But you explain me that you have energy from running.
Yes.
Can you explain
Right.
for me, for people, what do you mean?
Like when you start running, you connect. I'm a student of Sri Chinmoy. I have to say, and I started running when I started meditating with him, and he recommends us to run because he says that running gives us a very deep inner feeling of peace and satisfaction. And we have different, we live in this outer world, but there's also an inner world. And when we run, we can get an access to this inner world, and from there we get more energy than we ever could think about it, because otherwise you could not do all these long distances. It's not that you lose energy, but you enter into a realm of a world, of an inner world, where you are connected with more energy, and you can call it light, you can call it God. It's a long prayer, and you come in contact with your own higher reality, which is at the end something very divine.
How you can imagine it when you run? You think that you have a physical different substance in your body, and you mean that you think another. Why running? Why not another sport? Why not another
okay.
meditation activity?
Yes, I understand. Okay. As I said already, I started running with joining the spiritual path of Sri Chinmoy, and there I realized when you run, actually Sri Chinmoy says that we consist of the body, the emotion, the mind, and the heart and the soul. And when you run, they all work together. Sometimes they don't always work together in the day-to-day life. Sometimes the mind says this and the body wants to sleep, the mind wants to do this, so they are not always harmoniously. But when you run, they're like 5 horses, and they really go together, like 5 horses in front of the wagon, and they really go together. And you can reach the optimum. We are actually inwardly truly unlimited. But most of the time people say, I can do this, I can do that, and I can't do this, I can't do that. But we are truly unlimited. And this is what Sri Chinmoy in his philosophy always says, we only have to dare to have faith and try, that we are really unlimited. And this is with the running, you can realize this. When you run, you start with a marathon, then you do a little bit more, then you do 100, and then 24-hour races, and then all of a sudden you do like 6 days, 10 days, and the biggest race is 5,000 kilometers. This is like 7 weeks.
Yeah, now about New York.
Yes,
it's
right. It's going on. Yeah, right. And there you can see there's no limit. And the nice thing is, when you do this running, all the quality that you acquire during the running, like the discipline, the patience, the endurance, all these qualities, they are divine qualities in us human beings.
It's training you.
Yeah, you can take it in your day-to-day life. You change a lot. If you do this kind of thing, that every day you run 100 kilometers, you change as a person so much that you come back in your daily life and many problems disappear and you're just another human being. You have I would just say your divinity comes more to the fore, and all human beings have divinity inside. It's just covered many times, but with the running, it's like a flower that blossoms. With the running, you can really discover yourself.
Good example.
You can discover yourself. You go inside. Of course, you have pain here and there, but you learn to overcome this pain. To jump. If there's a stone in the way, you just you don't stop. You jump over it, or you deal with it, and there's always a solution. Running teaches you. Ultra running teaches you that there's actually never a problem. There are only solutions. There are challenges, but there's always a solution. Always. You just have to have faith and think positive and imagine your goal, and then you can overcome it.
You mean that running can help to do your brain more positive?
Absolutely. It's purifying everything. It purifies your whole system.
I know people who run, but they are not positive. They are so angry, so careful.
Because it comes to the fore. In the beginning, everything comes to the fore, and then it doesn't look so nice. But if they continue, they will be purified.
They will run, and they will be more and more positive.
More and more positive. Definitely. And actually also while you run, you realize it's like a mantric thing. You have this your breath, you're breathing constantly, and you realize that you have thoughts that you were not aware of it. So you say, okay, I don't want them, kick them out. And they leave. So you have to take the guide over your thinking. You should not be thought, you understand? Because most of the people feel like they are helpless, they cannot coordinate their thinking. But when you run and when you do this for a long time, you start being the boss of your thoughts. You say, no, this not, this yes, go out. And you can really empty your mind, and with emptying our mind and our way of thinking, we change everything. Everything starts here. We change everything. A moment can be black, but if you decide, no, it's not black, it's beautiful. It's immediately beautiful. And this you can train while you run. It's amazing. The world all of a sudden looks differently.
So interesting. And you run more than 25 years.
Yes.
You are a professional athlete or just start?
No, actually I'm a professional musician. This is my...
Musician.
Yeah, I'm a musician, I'm a cello player. And but as I mentioned already, I started doing this with meditation, and I started meditating.
Do you work in this famous orchestra?
Orchestra and also teaching, yes.
Vienna?
Yeah, my husband is in the Vienna Symphony Orchestra, and I play in the Mozart Orchestra.
Musician family?
Yeah, and my daughter as well. Yeah, she
yes,
also plays.
I just a few days ago I was on Gergiev in Mariinsky Theater.
Oh, yeah.
And here on your place, we did interview with very popular musician in Gergiev Orchestra. She's I don't know how to
Violin,
but it's a violin, yes.
This is violin.
You are the same.
Cello. It's the big one where you're sitting, and this one. My husband plays the violin.
It's good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And I just want to say that it's also like sport. You need to train a lot.
You have to have discipline. You have to the endurance. Every day you have to train yourself. But the good thing with the music is also a way to bring you in other realms. We are not stuck in this 3D world. There are really other worlds, and the music is also a lot of frequencies. And you just mentioned something very important. I run with a lot of music, and when the music is very lightful, then my body picks it up and just does the work.
This music, you mean in your head, in your brain, or with earphones?
Here. And as soon as I was in Russia, I started listening to Tchaikovsky, because Tchaikovsky is Russian. And I said, I have to listen to
Yeah,
Russian
it's
to
interesting.
check it.
Yes, you feel
And
more
he-
better. You feel
Yeah,
better.
it's amazing. It's absolutely so. Yeah, there are so many ways but how you can change yourself, and changing yourself means also change the world into a better condition. Like when I change myself in a better person, the whole world can change. And this helps. Running helps. Music helps. And sometimes I say I'm not an athlete. I am a spiritual runner or a dancer because I always have music.
It's so interesting. You dance. You run and dance. Yeah?
Yes,
It's,
yes. For me, it's kind of
interesting
a
idea.
dance of the soul.
I'm not
in the
running,
body.
I'm dancing. It's so interesting idea.
Yeah.
You can hear and dance.
Yeah.
Which main goals in run? Do you have competitions, for example? Do you run in competitions or just run for yourself alone?
Only for myself. No competitions. I compete only with myself. So this is also Sri Chinmoy's philosophy. Compete always
You mean
with
when
yourself.
it's so tired, so hard, but you run, it is a competition for
Yeah, like you transcend. Also, like these days when I was running and I felt tired, I said, just transcend yourself. Go over it. And then slowly, steadily, it helps. There are always, as I said, solutions. So the self-transcendence is actually the competition.
Okay.
The real competition.
Okay, can you say for us where is your t-shirt?
It's,
Yes,
Oh.
you can show your t-shirt. Can you explain for your challenge? What is it? It's your adventure, your challenge. Can you explain me what you did and why you ran from Austria to Russia?
I did many races already, and usually these ultra races are held in a round. Like logistically, it's easier. Like 1 mile or 1 kilometer, and like last year I did the 3100 mile race in Vienna. But why I did this, I have to say I got the inner call to go to Russia. Once I was running from Vienna to Paris, I got the inspiration. It just pops up very vividly and very strongly, and then I just got it. I say it's a call from God. Go there. And then I was so inspired, and I organized everything, and everything else is in His hands. When I start running, I have no idea what happens. My experience of running, of course, I can relay on it, and the body is used to it, to the challenges. But still, every day we didn't know what's around the next corner and what's happening here. And we had streets with big trucks.
You decided that you will run on this way to Russia from another
From
country?
Vienna, yeah, to all these countries, yeah. And then of course, I checked everything in the internet where to run, because you cannot run on highways. You have to. It's not an easy job for my helpers to find the right way. Sometimes we were running through forests, sometimes on big streets with lots of trucks, and
It's so interesting to see different countries.
Yeah. Absolutely. I could always, when I crossed the border, you could really feel the difference of the country, the soul. You could feel the soul of the country.
Yeah, you visit restaurants, you visit cafe and shops, yes, and you speak with people.
While during the running, no.
No?
I'm only running the whole day.
And your support team?
They give me food, yeah.
Food.
Yeah. They give me food, yeah. They look after me.
How
Otherwise,
much kilometers every day, middle you?
This time it was between 85 and 95 kilometers per day, and we started in the morning at 6 o'clock and finished usually around 14 hours.
Where you sleep?
In accommodations I booked ahead, beforehand, so like I had 20 accommodations booked, so I had to reach my goal.
Okay. Honestly, I dream about so big way for running, and I built especially after house for this idea. And I want to run and sleep in this after house. I think it will be more comfortable.
Yeah.
I have this one,
Yeah.
and sometimes I go to countryside and use it for.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
running. Honestly, I run also, and I met with Svetlana Alexandrovna Hisamudinova, our friend, because I run and she ran also, and we speak a lot and do interviews, and I understand.
Yeah. So there you see how happy people are who are running. Usually runners are happy.
I think yes. No, they are less stressful. They
Yeah.
are more happy and more open for communication.
Absolutely. I do my daily run every day, and I'm always different afterwards. Always more lightful, more positive, more everything. So something happens in us. We purify ourselves. We bring the emotions become purified. They become dynamic, and the thoughts become positive. It's amazing. I just observe it, and it's a reality. And everybody who is running agrees. So I think if the whole world would run, we would all live in peace.
Can I ask you to explain for people who will see what you mean? It's about physical processes. No, I think we can explain that if you run every day, your body work another, and you have more hormones. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you're more happy,
Mm-hmm.
and you open for everybody because you think and you understand that can you run or not, it's it depends from God, everything.
Everything
And you
depends
think
on-
about
yeah.
it every
Yeah.
time.
And I say thank you always. I try to keep as much in contact as I can with the higher reality. And the higher reality is a part of us. It's not outside of us, it's in us. And the running helps us to realize what is inside us. Like look, when I say I, not I. So here's our source, here's our soul. And the soul is like a ray from the sun, and the sun is God. And so we are totally connected with our creator, like we can say God or highest or absolute or supreme. And when you do this running, you start feeling him, you start listening to him, you start even he talks to you. Not like you don't hear voices, but it's a different world. But you
You
really
see
can,
that everybody has this
everybody
effect.
has it. Everybody. There's no exception. We are all children of God, and we just have to discover our own divinity. And this is such a such a great opportunity. You just put on your shoes and meet God. Meet your higher self. We are not only this body. We are actually, and I think this is everybody's task to find out that we came into this world to find out who we really are, and we are God's children. He's always connected with us. He always hears us. He's always with us at every moment, every second. It's just us who are not aware of it. And this is the process we have to go through. We have to become conscious that we are constantly connected with our higher reality. And it's always, our soul is always protecting us, always observing us, always guiding us. We just have to allow it, that it happens. And this is the process you go through when you run. You realize all these kind of things. Because this power that in the evening after 80 kilometers I can still do 10 kilometers fast. This is my soul, nobody else. You understand? This is
Yes.
not the human body. The human body can't do that. The human body has the task of the human body is to open to the soul, to be pure, that it can receive this high energy of the soul, which is a part of God.
Is it important for different speed or how much kilometers you run or not?
No, I mean with this, of course, I knew I have to reach the next city, so I calculated. I know my capacities, and I said, and there's up and downs. You also have to calculate this. This is heavy. It's harder than, so I could not do 100K what you usually do when you do the 3100, because it's on the flight course. So I calculated between 85 and 95, as I said, so to manage it.
Do planning.
Yeah, not more, because everything else, and also my helpers, they do so much behind the scene, I have to say. It would be too much, because you come to the accommodation, they cook, they prepare everything for the next day, it takes time. So this is more complicated. So I could not do 100 kilometers. This was your question, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So if I go through the country, I do less on kilometers, but because of the ups and downs and all these logistically events that are meeting you.
Okay, I understand. Sometimes people cannot start to run. For example, first time you have a pain, you have a lot of people around you who can say, "What you doing, man? You spend time. You just go down with your health because you, if you run." Yeah, I think you had also a lot of people around you. I feel that for your husband, your support, and you together.
Right. He's also running. Actually.
Yes, it's so good when people around you. But sometimes different guys who decided that I need, who will see our interview, for example, and hear you and will decide that I the same want to open my soul. I want to speak with my soul, and I want to run. I will run, but first time he will have different problems around. Around people will say, "What you do? Can you advise? Can you do advice how we can start and don't think about this?"
Start small, like buy a good pair of shoes. that's important, and then maybe just say I go out and try a kilometer. How do I feel? And then, or just around the block or something like this. And then, or the best thing is maybe to meet people who are also inspired to run. So you are encouraged.
And speak with them, not with
speak
people
with them.
who
No,
don't.
never listen to those who don't like it.
But it's very important because we are everybody. We listen, and different people have different ideas, different.
They can have their
opinions.
ideas, but if you are inspired, listen to your own inner inspiration. It is very important, and find people who are also inspired to do it. So you're stronger, and then encourage each other, and then meet for maybe to run together a little bit, and even chat. And running does not mean that you always run. You can also walk a little bit and run, walk a little bit,
Yes,
run. So like it's not so exhausting in the
Yes,
beginning.
it's good. I use it. It's very important.
Yes, and just grow it slowly, steadily. I also started with 1 kilometer, and I was exhausted. Like when I started, 1 kilometer. But then I was inspired. No, I went, wow, I heard of somebody who runs a marathon. Oh, I also want to do that. So you have a goal. And then maybe you take a trainer or you look after a training schedule. There are a lot of books. And then and it's so nice to also for human beings to have a goal. Because life sometimes is difficult, but if you have goal.
Well, it's so interesting. My question about goals, because in my mind, goal it can be competition. For example, because you will run every day, do discipline and do planning, and see I have just 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks before competition, and it will be the best motivation for me to do training every day. But if you don't have competition, what main motivation for you to do training every day, stand up and go and do different run ways to Russia? What motivation? From where you have energy for running?
I have the motivation from God. I have to say I get it from God.
Every day?
I mean, it's not, sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it's less. I just know from the experience that when I run, I please God, I please my Creator. And I'm also more happy and more purified, as I said already, afterwards. Also, so of course, sometimes I'm more exhausted, sometimes I'm less. But when it's a little bit harder, then I tell myself, okay, now you are at the point where you can transcend yourself again. Like, I like so much the thought of self-transcendence. We have to go on no matter where we are. And don't compare yourself with somebody who is far ahead. Doesn't matter.
Well, I understand. Your mind, I can say it in these words. Can you say me it's true or not? Your motivation in goals for self-transcendence.
Always self-transcendence. Yeah, right, self-transcendence. I want to transcend. When I feel like something is really hard, okay, oh, there's something more to transcend. And you become stronger. If you are strong, you can be much more peaceful and much more friendly and kind to all your fellows.
You run 25 years.
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
In this period, in this term,
yeah.
It was a time when you didn't run.
Yes, there was a time.
What happened? Which differences you felt?
I was missing it. I have to say, and because I had it happened because I had an accident and I could not run. I was missing it actually.
How
but
much time? No.
For a month. For a month. But I, of course, as I said, we always have to find a solution for everything. And I did more music and always what keeps up human beings is hope. I knew that this is just a period of time where I cannot go out and do this, but in the future there will be time, and if you just have the endurance, okay, until then, and then I can start again, and this hope keeps you alive. You should never lose hope, never. This is important.
Did you feel in this time that you are not so kind, that you are not so happy? I mean about physical.
No, it's not. It's not like I'm not addicted. Not, but because some people think that I'm addicted. It's not. Maybe the soul is addicted to it because it comes to the fore. You're addicted to the light in yourself. You don't want to live in darkness anymore. This is a decision I made. This is a decision. I don't want to live anymore in darkness. Is it the mind or the vital or the emotions or somewhere? I have only one goal. It's light, and our Creator wants us to be happy and to live in peace and in light and in the light. And this is our main goal. So, and for this, and I found out that the running is the easiest. It's fantastic. It's so fantastic to change and transcend yourself as a person. And I think this is why we are here. We all come here to this Earth planet to move something forward, to change ourselves. And if you change ourselves, the world is changed. So Jim, I always say peace begins with me. When I change myself, if I'm peaceful, I go out and I give somebody a smile. He receives a smile and gives the smile to the next person. You can experience this if you go in a supermarket. If on the casa, you say casa, yeah? If you pay and you give him a nice smile and talk, he smiles back, and the next customer gets it. Also, if you're like grumpy, like this, the same happens. Then he's
like
grumpy.
infection.
It's how do you say ansteckend. It just jumps over to the next person. So we have responsibility for our environment. If I'm happy, if I go out and
you
give
need
happiness,
to go back, and if you will smile, it's the same. People from different corners also will smile to you.
they will smile. Absolutely. Even if you go out, I experienced if you go even out and have positive thoughts, people around you feel it. And they react differently. If I'm not in a good mood, they also react.
Yes, a lot of psychologists.
Absolutely,
says the
this is
same.
a reality. We can't touch it, but it's a reality. And this you find out when you meditate. And as I said, running is a form of meditation. Absolute meditation. You cannot say only. It's not a silent meditation. It's a different form of meditation.
I don't know what is it meditation. I can't explain for myself that I need it, but I run also 6 years, and I want to say that I agree with you. I feel the same. I changed it a lot of in my life.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just after, and somebody asked me what happened. I understand it. I just run and nothing more, and I want to change and self-development.
Absolutely.
In all areas of life.
Yes, I think the soul comes to the fore when people run.
It's main reason because I want to do interview about running with people like you who inspired running, and I just want to say for everybody what we feel, and maybe just one person will see our video from countryside, from one small city in Russia.
But that's already fantastic.
It will be very good result for us.
Absolutely.
It means that.
Absolutely. And we can give so much to the people: hope, encouragement, and if somebody, like you said, is inspired, but the environment looks funny at him, he sees maybe the interviews. Oh wow, there's a friend. He thinks the same way as I feel. So he's already encouraged. We have to give enthusiasm, encouragement to all our friends. This can change the life of so many people. Always encouragement.
I understand that if you will to do it so expressful for everybody that you have to run, it will be your life will be better. You have to run. It's not work. We
No, it
just
doesn't
want
work. You have to do it.
We just want to show our
Yeah.
with our
Yeah.
mood, with our work.
Absolutely. I always say to my husband, we should not preach, we should just live it, what we love. We have to live what you love, and then people see it, and they say, oh, I also want to be like him or her. And then, but if you go to him and say, do this, do that, nobody wants to hear that. Everybody has a free will, but he has to decide from the inside and to take the decision himself. Oh, I like the vibration of that person. And then he checks, he observes, and then he realizes, oh, he's running, or maybe something for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls and guys also will see our interview, and if you want to be so inspired and so energetic like Shamita, you can hear and write. For example, can we do link for you?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Do you use Instagram?
my daughter, actually.
Maybe it will not be, but for professional interests, maybe you can, that's why, but how old are you?
58.
58.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you run so a lot.
Yeah, I have to say I get every year better. There's no age is in the mind. My goal is with every year I should do even more so I can't get old.
Mm.
And I'm much stronger, like in 2019 I was running to Paris. And now I'm much stronger than 4 years ago. So there's no age, it's all in the mind. Just believe that there's a higher power in ourselves, and you have patience. You need to have patience to get there. It's not just like you touch something and it's here, like with the digital world. You have to do something for it. But the way is the goal, as everybody knows already, and it's a lot of fun. It changes your life.
What you want to say with this running, with this way, with this example, what you want to say for everybody? That they can also the same
They
run
can
and
also-
do adventure and be happy and do what they want?
They definitely can. Everybody can run. I mean, I don't know if it's for everybody such a distance. They have to find out for themselves if they're inspired to do long distances running. My husband is not inspired to do it. He's running a marathon, but that's fine.
What about your lifestyle, about your food? Can you say
I am vegan, so I
how long time?
vegan I started like 5 years ago. Actually, vegetarian I'm since 33 years vegetarian. And 5 years ago I felt for myself, but I have to say for myself, that vegan is better for my energy supply while I'm running.
You feel it?
Yeah, I realized it, I experienced it. I had no problems with the stomach anymore, nothing. Being vegan, as no cheese, no milk.
But
No
a lot
eggs.
of opinions of doctors that we need to eat meat.
Yeah, I know. But my experience,
Okay, for me it's
I
very
believe my experience.
expensive.
Yeah. But I always say I don't want to preach. Everybody has to find his own way. I know ultra runners who eat everything and are very good.
And eggs also you do?
Yes, no. I don't need it. I don't need it. It doesn't mean that everybody doesn't need it. So it's very important to find one's own way. It's so important. I'm happy to talk about it, but I don't want to tell anybody you should eat this and you should not eat that. You have to find your own way. And for myself, I found out that my body works better, much better, and much more lightful when I'm vegan. But you have to be vegan your whole day-to-day life, not only for the race, because the body changes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found even out, like when I eat blueberries, a carrot, or a cucumber, it's much better than any energy bar. Gives me much more energy.
But it's not carbs, energy.
The energy comes, yeah. I mean, I don't know, this is a philosophy. I have a friend who said that many things are not as they are preached, said about the running food.
Mm.
So everybody has to find out. So like I feel these natural things give me the most energy. Like when I'm running a marathon for a training, I take some blueberries. When I feel a little bit tired, a hand of blueberries, and the energy is back.
It's good.
Yeah.
Maybe from sun, maybe you have energy.
I mean, everything together, as I said, you cannot divide it, and it's only the food, it's only the light, everything together, because the body needs the food, and but it needs also the light. So everything works together. So we are the human being is so complex, so complex. We have the emotions, we have the thoughts, we have the body, this the physical, and we have the subtle body we can't see, like the aura, but it's all existing. But there will come a time when we all see this, I'm sure. And this is also a way. I want to dig deeper. I want to see more what's happening in this world. There's so many more things to know. We know only a very little percentage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is also one of my main inspiration to really, to discover.
I'm afraid I just want to try, but I'm afraid that without proteins I
Yeah, then you should, if you're afraid, you should eat protein. You have to be really...
maybe in my next turn.
I have a friend, she eats only fruits and vegetables, and she's totally perfect. She's
Okay,
so happy,
so
she's so happy. Yeah,
seems
so, yeah. Everybody has to find his own way.
I just want to ask you, really you think that we are unlimited?
Yes.
But no, for me, my example, just 10 days ago, it was championship, and I started, and I did not finish because I had the problems with my stomach on 20 hours, and after 20 hours, my stomach stopped, and I could not eat, and I don't know what happened. My muscles was strong and.
Understand, yeah. But this is an experience. Always take it as an experience. And it's said that failure are the pillars of success.
Can you repeat?
Failure,
Failure.
so-called failure.
Okay.
It's not a failure.
You're right.
We say that's a failure. But in God's eyes, He laughs about it. It's an experience. It's just to experience this. And from there, you get even more energy and more strength out of this to do better next time.
Good strategy.
Yeah.
Because now, really, I go down in my mood, in my physical, because it was failure. But
it is not.
If you not see.
No, it's not a failure. It's an experience. I also had experiences like this. I was once taken out of a race, and it was very sad for me. But from there, I got so much strength to do all my solo races. Otherwise, I would not have done it. Maybe I would not sit here.
Yeah, it's really so.
So
it's depends just from our
how we think about it. Just take it as an experience, maybe an important experience. And like Sri Aurobindo, he was the teacher, spiritual teacher of Sri Chinmoy. He said, you never go back. You just take a step back to jump higher. There's never a going back. It's always, and sometimes Sri Chinmoy also said sometimes the soul wants to get through it in an experience. It has nothing to do with oneself.
This speech from you was very inspiring for me, because I need now support.
Yeah,
my head.
no, absolutely. Just go on. It's an experience we all need, and we all have experiences of it's not working. Doesn't matter. Just try it again. Try it again. I always say how many times a child, when it starts walking, falls. If it would stop after the first time, it never walks. So just take the example of a child.
Yeah, but I know that a lot of guys, for example, who run first, second, third time, and they was better. They show another results, and I just wanted to be the same.
Yeah, this is wishful thinking, but we always have to respect. This is my opinion. God's will.
Yeah.
It's if we just say if I say I will give it to God. It's His responsibility. He is responsible. Also, while I was running, many times I told it's your body. You carry it where you want to. It should be, and then everything became easier. And if you get it out of your head that it's you who did success or failure, then you're free. You're released. There's no failure, no success. Just give it up. These responsibilities to somebody who created you.
Mm-hmm. Everything what happened, what will happen, it's not depend from us.
No, absolutely not. It's an experience. Always take it as an experience, and just go on. And maybe it opens new doors. Maybe you meet somebody, you talk to somebody about this, and even better things come. Usually better things come up afterwards if these things happen.
Thank you very much.
In general, yeah.
Thank you.
Never stop, never. I mean, I was between life and death, and look what God did with me. I was dead. Like,
After accident, you mean?
yes. And I don't know if you know, no?
No, you just said
Yeah, I had a serious accident, and I was 3 days in coma, and I was almost dead. And yeah, and look what God did. He's not deaf. He compensates. For 13 years I could not do any ultras anymore because of this. And then I said, okay, ultra world is gone for this life. Fine, well, good, forget it. And then I got from inside such a strong inner call. Go for a 10-day race in New York. And I said, I was laughing. That's ridiculous. You're a hallucination, because it was so far away. But then it was so strong, the call, and then I started again. So God, I needed the time to recover. 17 years. I did not run ultras, only marathons and short distances. And then I started again. And look, even, I always say, like, these 17 years that I lost, I was 31. The golden years, actually, from 30 to 50 is the golden years in one's life. He compensates.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for God there is no age.
Now
I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now He's doing it in and through me.
What do you mean meditation in running? Can you teach me just maybe a few words? Can you teach me
Okay, meditation is very easy.
In running.
Yeah, just try.
Just repeat.
Yeah, different. You can try if you start. Usually, when you start running, also the mind starts running. Maybe you have also experienced it. Just try to get less and less thoughts, and try to concentrate here. And feel joy.
Think about nothing.
I mean, this is very difficult. Almost nobody can do
Really
that.
difficult. Yes,
This is the last station before God realizes it. But it doesn't matter. But if you see the thought entering into your mind, just say, okay, no, go out. I don't want you. But be patient. Go out. Just put him out. I had an exercise. I opened the zip here. You know a zip? This is a zip.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up the zip. Imagined and put out the thoughts. They were running out like water.
Mm-hmm.
And this every lap. For a few meters I did, every lap. And after many days, my head was empty. It's an exercise. Really try it. If you don't like a thought,
okay, I will
if you
try.
don't like it, throw it out. You are the boss, not the mind is the boss.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important, because most of the people feel like the mind is the boss. He's doing what he wants, but we have to become the boss.
You mean you decide? It's your decision about what you see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you don't get it, you can also try to start to think about something that gives you joy. Maybe some nice event, some nice people. Then you get into the joy flow, and joy itself is power. If you have joy, if you don't feel joy, sometimes just think of something that gave you joy in the past, and then or smile. Like there was so interesting. What Guru Sri Chinmoy said, that we always have to smile no matter what happens, even if you're in pain and if it's the worst day you ever experienced. But smile you must, because this can change. This can really change many things, and it was even scientifically found out that if this goes up, something changes in the brain.
Yes.
So this is a reality that even the medical or the scientific found out. So always try it, and if it's fake it first. Who cares? First fake it, then
I
make
read
it.
about it in science magazines and in psychology articles. It's
yes, it works definitely.
And we have a company, and we have a operator in call center, and we have rules, especially if you will answer to in call center, you need to do smile.
Perfect.
Another guy who call to you, they feel it. They feel it also without your video.
Absolutely right. So it goes away. We can help ourselves.
We have to smile.
We have to smile. Absolutely, no matter what. Because actually, what do you want in life? We want to be happy. If you don't
Yes,
smile,
of
are we
course.
happy?
Yes, of course.
We do so many things to be happy. We want money, we want success, we want this. But if we smile, we are happy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And this is
It's not depend from conditions,
no
from
outer circumstances.
failures. and
Yes,
etc.
no, absolutely. And if you can, it's a real strength, inner strength. If you can smile, even if you fail, that's real strength. If you can laugh at your so-called failure. I also am not always successful, but I'm working on it.
Mhm.
And it's also one thing, if you run, you get more, you also realize your weaknesses. You face them. You don't run away. You say, okay, that's it, okay, we have to change that. So, but patiently.
Mhm.
This is very important, to face them. Otherwise, they will never go away.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so interesting, and I understand that we understand a lot, but we can't use it. And you remind about very important things.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Биотропика. Спорт, здоровье, долголетие.